Good evening and welcome to J-Hawk Basketball on the J-Hawk Sports Network, brought to you by Heartland Technology here in Jesup. My name is Luke Baldwin, and I am going it alone tonight as my normal partner, Nate Clayberg, is attending to some school board duties tonight. He is just in the media center, but he will not be joining me tonight. But I do have our technical director, Anthony Ba, working the all things technical as well as the camera tonight. So thank you for joining us. This is a boys only night. We've got North Tama Redhawks visiting us. And without further ado, I'm going to turn things over to Dan Fox, our PA announcer, and he's going to share our tonight's scores and refs and coaches and all those other things. So I will talk to you again here shortly.
By supporting your team, respecting the abilities of the opposition, and the decisions of the officials, you can create an environment that is reflective of the community. Be a class act, be a good sport, be a winner in the game of sportsmanship. Please welcome tonight's game officials, Jeremy Zerb, Kyle Clark, and Dave Wangsmith. Now, the starting lineup for the Redhawks. A senior, number 1, Gabe Capriva. A senior, number 5, Devin McKinley. A junior, number 20, Michael Schreier. A senior, number 23, Adam Kreiner. And a senior, number 24, Thomas Holt. The Jayhawks are coached by Alex. The Redhawks are coached by Alex Dagdor. And now for our Jayhawks, a sophomore number 0, Dan Miller. A senior number 2, Parker McCone. A senior number 15, Carter Evans. A senior number 23, Carson Leow. And a senior number 24, Corbin Hewlett. The Jayhawks are coached by Joe Smiley, Ronald Celestine, Dick Donnelly, Michael Johnson, Brock Savers, and Steve Schmidt. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor our nation and flag, while paying respect to our men and women in uniform around the world who protect our liberties and way of life with the playing of our national anthem.
Again, that was local PA extraordinaire Dan Fox on the mic down there, getting everybody fired up to play a little basketball here in Jesup. as again we've got the North Tama Redbirds visiting us all the way from the Iowa Star South, where they are 13-7 overall, 10-4 in conference. Start out by turning the Jayhawks over, but Jayhawks able to recover that. Jack Miller tries to go inside to Carter, even a little too high for Carter, so that's going to head back to the Redbirds. Your Jesup J-Hawks currently 13-5 overall, 7-0 in the Nickel East, our little pod of the Nickel East, which includes us, Wapsie Valley, Union, Sumner, Fred, and Olwine. As we see the Redbirds take the early 2-0 lead. Corbin Fueling over to McCone. McCone will take the deep three, and he'll nail it. So McCone with the first points for the Jayhawks. Jayhawks in a man-to-man defense against the Redbirds. Jack Miller on the Redbirds' leading scorer, Gabe Capriva. Shot no good for the Redbirds. Quickly back the other way. Corbin Fueling up and in. Devin McKinley with the ball down to Capriva, who will take the shot. Bank it in. Bank is open for the Redbirds. Run and gun affair so far as Corbin Fueling knocks in his own three-pointer, extending the Jayhawk lead to 8-4, I'm sorry, lead by 4. Jack Miller again on Capriva. Jack, a great defender, does a nice job of turning teams over. As we see Carson Lino intercept the entry pass there. McCone drive, loses control, but is going to draw a foul. That foul is going to go against Devin McKinley. Devin's first foul and the first team foul for the Redhawks. I think I was saying Redbirds up until this point. We're going to go ahead and call you the Redhawks from now on. So if we do have some Redhawk fans joining us tonight, I apologize for that error. It's the first of many errors I'll make tonight. Devin McKinley knocks the three down. So early going here, it's 3-point city. Both teams filling it up. McCone into even, back out to McCone. Long on the three-pointer, gets his own rebound, and quickly into Tyler Lino, who can't finish. And will somehow save the ball, check it up into the air, and there you go. That's what you get for hard work right there. The big fella with the points. I apologize. McCone with the steal, quickly back the other way, up and in. Tyler Lino, the center for the Jayhawks, is also the leading scorer for the Jayhawks, averaging 21.8 points per game, so almost 22. Shoots 67.5% from the field as McCone steals. He's going to get blocked. That block coming from Devin McKinley. A little trouble bringing the ball up the court as Ryan Hosick, I stand corrected, Michael Schreier ends up with a foot on each side of the half-court line. So again, this is Luke Baldwin up here with Anthony Baugh. Nate Clayberg is, as most of you know, at least our local fans know, generally up here with me. He's unable to join tonight. Nate is, of course, on the Jesup Community School District School Board, and they have their monthly meeting tonight. So I'm sure he is over making important decisions next door. Redhawks move the ball around the perimeter, but will turn the ball over. Brevendal in for the Jayhawks. He replaced Even when I wasn't looking. Going to have a travel against Corbin. We've seen that more and more over the past several weeks. You know, some of these guards, they go to, you know, fake the three-pointer, which is something they're very good at shooting, and then they go for the drive but drag that pivot foot just a hair. So the Red Hawks will take over on Jayhawks' end of the court. And the ball is in the hands of Devin McKinley. He will pass over to Schreier. McKinley back to the scorer, Kopriva, who will take the shot. No good. Rebound Lino, but Lino is going to get fouled. I believe that foul is going to go against Camden Clausen. And that is Camden Clausen's first foul. Camden, a 6'4" center, senior center. McCone pass inside to Dahl. Back out to Corbin to McCone for the three. Got it. McCone started out hot in the last game, Friday night's game against Wapsie, where Jesup there's really no other way to put it, destroyed Wapsie Valley, much from the just insane scoring in the first half. McCone hit 4 3-pointers in the first quarter alone. And that game went very differently than I'm pretty sure anybody probably in the state of Iowa thought it would go. Not to say that no one thought Jesup couldn't win, but Wapsie is one of the best teams in 1A and had come off a win against one of the team's best states and the state's best teams in Applington Parkersburg, and then just was completely ineffective Friday against Jesup. Camden Clausen inside to increase the Red Hawks total to 9, but then Miller answers right back with a 2 of his own. So pretty good scoring here early on. Miller goes for the steal on the far side. It's going to be out on Miller, so it's going to stay with the Red Hawks. North Tama Redhawks coached by Alex Tagtow. Their most recent win was against Don Bosco. That was a 75-47, pretty lopsided victory at home. The Jayhawks again coming off that strong win against Wapsie Valley. Jack Miller with the steal and take to the hoop. He's going to get it to fall and draw a foul, so he's going to get a chance at a 3-point play. That foul coming by way of Devin McKinley. That's his second foul in the night. As we see Michael Schreier head to the bench in lieu of Adam Greiner. And with McKinley already having 2 fouls with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him maybe take a seat at some point. You certainly don't want your point guard to pick up 3 fouls in the first quarter. Corbin Fueling guarding McKinley. McKinley trying to find room. Corbin with the steal, and then to McCone, and finally back to Corbin Fueling feeding the man who actually made that possible. So Jayhawks off to an early 22-9 lead over the North Tama Redhawks, and the pace would suggest that lead may only increase as Alex Tagtow, head coach of the Redhawks, calls the 30-second timeout, talk things over with his boys, see if they can make some adjustments. And actually, I think that might be a full minute timeout. So we've got something going on over in the student section tonight. Pretty good crowd for a boys only game here at Jesup. And then we actually have the North Tama student section just to the right of the Jayhawk student section in an odd turn of events. They are usually on my side over here just to the right of me, but nothing wrong with that. You know, if they got a little closer, they'd probably find that they have a lot in common and could get along just fine. Adam Greiner, 6'1", senior forward for the Redhawks, inbounds to McKinley. Jordan Dvorak into the game for the Redhawks. And that ball quickly inside Home, who turns that into points. Redhawks into a loose full court press now, which is going to result in a foul, and that's going to go against Dvorak, I believe. And it will, and that Dvorak, 5'10", sophomore guard for the Redhawks, that's going to be his first of the night, and 5th team foul for North Tama compared to 0 for Jesup. So Jesup really playing a clean game so far. Corbin Fueling, three-point attempt, got it, nothing but net. Jayhawks quickly into a full court man-to-man. Three-pointer, no good. Back the other way, Lino. Lino does bring the ball up the court, believe it or not, from time to time. He can do a little bit of everything out there. Jack Miller, deep three, got it. 50 seconds to go. Jesup extends its lead, 28-11. Redhawks just looking for any offensive output they can find at this point, and just not happening. Jack Miller open, kicks it out to McCone, back to Jack Miller. He's going to hit the three, no good. Rebound, Dvorak. Redhawks inside to Home, and he will get it. Home, 6'5", senior for North Tama, so he does provide a bit of a challenge inside for the Jayhawks. Carter Evans going to check in for Lino. Reyes will come in for McCone. And on the opposite side of the court, we've got Schreier back in, and he's going to replace McKinley. Reyes comes in, lets the three go, no good, and that's going to end the first quarter here in Jesup. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. This is Luke Baldwin with Anthony Ba. We're a small crowd, or a small crew up here tonight. Several people, short another commentator and a cameraman, but we're getting it done thanks to Heartland Technology and all the support they provide the Jesup Community School District. I do want to hit on something real quick here to our Jesup District voters out there. You may have saw in your mail recently a bond vote coming up on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, this year. On March 1st, residents of Jesup Community School District will be asked to approve a $13.9 million general obligation bond to fund projects that will create a more efficient, safe, and flexible teaching and learning spaces in the middle and high school. What does that include, you ask? We're looking at things like additional classrooms and collaboration areas, a new auditorium, which is one of the biggest improvements, a new industrial tech space with almost 2 times the square foot that our old one had, general updates including ADA and accessibility issues, safety and security updates, and then our North Gym and Wrestling Room updates. Biggest thing I need to point out here, this will not increase your property taxes. This is all done through existing funding, and then of course the SAVE fund and the 1% sales tax. So things cost money. $13 million is a big chunk of change, but to be able to make these kind of improvements without affecting your property tax is absolutely huge, and I encourage all of you to first vote, and if you're so inclined, I would certainly encourage you to vote yes for the future, not just for the students here today, but our future students. So here we are in the second quarter, 7:20 to go. Jesup with the 30-13 lead. And with that, Miller with the steal off to his cousin, Corbin Fueling, the dynamic duo. Even in even Reyes had a near perfect trap going on the far side. North Tama able to get out of it, and then we did get a foul called against Corbin Fueling. So Capriva running the point at the moment. That's going to be another foul against the Jayhawks. That one's going against Jack Miller. That's just Jack's first of the night. Third team foul now for the Jayhawks compared to North Tama's 6. Adam Greiner set inbounds for North Tama. He will to Dvorak. Apologies. We do try to get all of the various players that enter the game here, whether you're Jesup or North Tama. We try to get them all called out at some point, but as always, we don't always get those names right. Unfortunately, we don't have pronunciation keys, so we do the best we can. And if you are listening, you feel like giving us the correct pronunciation, we'd love to have it. Feel free to hit us up on Facebook. Is that right, Anthony? Facebook, and we'll get that adjusted. It's got shot by Home. Extend the North Tama total to 15. Corbin Fueling with the 3, and that is in and out, even with the rebound. Out to Reyes. Reyes drives. Got caught in the air, not knowing where to go. Redbird, boy, I'm struggling with that Redbirds. Redhawks kind of bailed them out there. Gabe Capriva committing the foul, just his first. Brevendal is going to head to the bench, and Carson Leno back into the game. Reyes shoots his first free throw. He gets it, so he's going to have another opportunity. Carson Leno leading all scorers with 14 points already. Rebound even. Back out to Reyes. Jack Miller looks at the 3, doesn't take it. Beautiful dish to Leno, who just does what Leno does. Shout out to Anna Baldwin, listening from, I believe, a car, maybe home, correcting me. Apparently I called Carson Leno Tyler Leno, which I will do no less than probably a half a dozen times before this game ends. Corbin Fueling 3, got it. Also a shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Zach Knutson. Nobody likes him, but he keeps on showing up. Oh, Jayhawks running and gunning, not able to get any points out of that one. But the Redhawks will, as that was a nice run out by, who was that? Greiner to Home. This basketball action is going way too quick for my attention span, so I'm going to have to let you guys watch some and then figure out what's going on your own. about ready to put one of these headsets on Anthony Bio to help me out here. Kopriva, generally the leading scorer for the Redhawks. Little cold offensively so far. Jack Miller mishandles the ball, probably was going to shoot the three. His cousin, Corbin Will, no good. Even with the rebound, Jack Miller in errant pass, it gets turned over. Kopriva with the ball. And that is Adam Greiner, the 6'1" senior forward, having a nice night for the Redhawks, and the Jayhawks have suddenly gone cold, missing some pretty easy bunnies. That's going to be a body. That's going to go against home. Eighth foul against the Redhawks. Holmes' first foul of the ninth, but 8 fouls does put the Jayhawks in bonus. So every foul from here on out will be at least one shot, possibly two. That's going to be a full timeout by Coach Smines. Wants to talk things over with his crew. Again, the Jayhawks coached by Joe Smines, assisted by Rodney Saliski, Nick Donnelly, Mike Jackson, Mike Johnson, Brock Savers, Steve Schmidt. Managers include Kendall Earls, Natalie Evans, Macy Kravanek, Chloe Wright, Avery Youngblood, and Jaden Griffin. And we also have some cheerleaders in the house tonight. And because I know I'm not going to get all their names, I'm not going to call any of them out, but they do a phenomenal job supporting the basketball players, getting the fans fired up, and really just performing, doing their own thing, providing good entertainment in themselves alone. Lino set to shoot his first free throw. He'll drop that one. See if he can make another one. Jayhawks with a 23-point advantage so far with 3:25 to go in the first half. Rebound, tied up. It's going to be a jump ball, but that will stick with the Jayhawks as Brevin Dahl, small but mighty. Jesup really has some great guards on this year's team between Brevin Dahl, Jack Miller, Parker McCone, Corbin Fueling. They do a phenomenal job out there. And, of course, Brevin Dahl typically coming off the bench, and then you've got Reyes, who also does a nice job at guard. And early on in the season when we had some injuries and illnesses, Reyes got a lot of playing time and did a really nice job. So a little up and down here without any points scored, but currently the Redhawks with the ball. Inside to home, little hook shot over Brevendal, I believe. McCone quickly back the other way, pass inside to Lino, who gets a little too far underneath the hoop. Brevendal floater no good. Rebound Redhawks. Inside to home, tries to get a hold of it, does so, kicks it out. Kopriva shoots the three and nails it. Nearly a full court pass by
play and listen to
Jack Miller quickly answers Capriva's three-pointer with one of his own. Run out score by Jacob Dostal, the freshman guard, 5'10 freshman guard for the Redhawks. Shout out to Katie Fink for the pronunciation key for Thomas Hume, the center for the Redhawks. I've been pronouncing that one incorrectly so far tonight, so Katie, appreciate your help on that. And that's how it works, folks. If you know I got it wrong, I very much appreciate being corrected so I can say the name right from here on out. Although there's no promises that I won't screw it up again. That's also part of the deal. Redhawks working the ball around the perimeter, looking for that opening, which Jared Dvorak thought he had. Closed quickly. He did try to hit the corner, and it sailed out of bounds, but fortunately for the Redhawks, off the fingertips of the Jayhawks. So Dvorak inbounds. .20 to go. Jack Miller's going to let a three go, and he's going to nail it. That was nothing but net for the sophomore guard. A near steal by Corbin Fueling, and then almost by Brevin Dahl. As the Redhawks look to get the last shot, and they will, and it's going to go in by Jared Dvorak. And Jared narrowing that gap by 2. Jayhawks going to halftime with a 51-32 lead over the North Tama Redhawks. So as we enter into halftime here, I do want to note we are going to have a little bit of a light show by the Jayhawk cheer squad. Things are going to be dark, and it's going to be a light show, but due to what do you call that? Oh. Okay, I stand corrected. Apparently we are not going to have a light show. We're going to have some youth basketball. So the directive that Anthony Ba and I got up here previously that was that the cheer squad was going to perform a light show for you, but they weren't going to be we weren't going to be able to air the music due to copyright issues. But it appears that is not happening now as we do have some little ones playing basketball, which is just as enjoyable to watch. So I am going to take a break and let you enjoy these guys. Welcome back. This is Luke Baldwin on the J-Hawks Sports Network, bringing you a little boys basketball as the Jesup J-Hawks take on the North Tama Redhawks, currently leading 51-32. I am here with our technical director, Anthony Baugh. Nate Clayberg is out tonight, attending to school board duties, and our typical cameraman, Eric Clark, is at Columbus tonight, where our Jayhawk girls are taking on Columbus Catholic. The girls, of course, the outright winners of our pod, our Nickel East pod. They sit at 8-0 in the conference over Sumner Fred, Wapsie Valley, Union, and Olwine. And their next game will be Tuesday, February 15th, where they'll play the winner of Hudson and Columbus Catholic. So tonight's game could be a little bit of a warm-up for the game in a week here. They will enjoy a bye in the first round, but that first game will be at home against either Hudson or Columbus Catholic. So here we go, third quarter underway, as the Jesup pressure quickly turns the Redhawks over. Carter Even will inbound to McCone, who fires up to Miller. And Carter Even will turn the ball back over to the Redhawks. Hume almost with the opportunity underneath, but a little bit of pressure by Corbin Fueling. Does kick the ball out of bounds. So although the score is 51-32, it sure didn't feel like that wide of a margin that first half. The game was so fast-paced and there was so much scoring every time you turned around that you would have thought that it was much closer, but the Jayhawks have opened a pretty good lead as they quickly go up the court again 2 times in a row to pad that substantial lead they already have. McKinley, 5'8" guard, brings the ball up for the Redhawks. Looking to get it inside. Corbin Fueling, steal, converts it to points, and Coach Alex Tagto says, "This is not what I wanted to see coming out of halftime, fellas." So he's going to take a full timeout and try to get his squad back on the right track. Jayhawk girls update. We are currently up 37-25 at the half. Again, that is against the Columbus Catholic Sailors. I believe they're still the Sailors. They changed their name, but I don't think they changed that. So let's hope the girls can keep things rolling throughout the second half and finish their regular season on a high note. And this is just a boys game here tonight. The first game was JV, where our Jayhawks took care of North Tama 68-43. From what I understand, I wasn't there for the first half of the game, but from what I understand, our Jayhawks did get down 9-0 in the first period, but then stormed back and were able to enjoy a sizable win. Corbin Fueling up the court. Miller back to Fueling. McCone's going to look to drive. Redhawks playing some good perimeter defense, but the Jayhawks do manage to get it inside to possibly the shortest guy on the Jayhawks team, Corbin Fueling, who is able to get the 2 points. And look who we've got. Well, you can't look at anything because you're listening and looking at the floor, but we've got my partner in crime, Nate Clayberg, just snuck up into the box. His school board meeting must have went short, so he's going to join me for the what's left of the second half here after he gets everything put together. He's got 7 computers he has to set up first. But how's it going, Nate? Are you there? No.
I can't let you have all the fun.
No, I didn't expect to see you tonight, but I'm glad you made it up here. We've been doing okay. We made it through the first half.
I only got 14 texts of, you got to get up there.
You got to bail that guy out. Corbin Fueling, 3 no good. Rebound, Lino. Going to attempt to put it back up, but did draw the foul. That foul is going to go against number 24, Thomas Hume. That will be Hume's second foul of the evening. And actually, I stand corrected. That foul went against Josh Dostal. Is that correct? That is correct. Josh, a 5'10 freshman guard. How's the school board meeting, Nate?
Good, making progress in hiring our next superintendent. So
outstanding.
We'll move into some semifinal interviews 1 week from tonight, and then by 2 weeks from tonight, we should have somebody more or less decided at that point.
That's awesome. That's seems like superintendents are the flavor of the day here. I believe Wapsie. Well, I think you were the one that told me that Wapsie's currently has
Wapsie
a surge.
Valley,
Applington,
Parkersburg.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a couple of our, AP no longer in our pod, but they do remain in the Nickel East, so still in the conference.
So not quite a Donnybrook going on here tonight for the Redhawks and the J-Hawks.
No, but I will tell you, I was talking about this earlier. The first half felt closer than it really was. Just because it's been a fast-paced game up and down. A lot of steals. Nice pass inside to a cutting Corbin Fueling, couldn't handle it. Quickly back the other way and out of bounds by way of Dvorak's pass.
Did get an update, girls over at Columbus tonight up at half, 37-25.
Yep.
Unless you already knew that.
I did. We announced it about 2 minutes before you came up here.
Thank
but
God.
Thank
God
right.
that guy showed up to tell us something we already knew.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, there you go.
We might have had some people not listen.
I was like, well, maybe I should just go home.
You haven't. I'm sure it's not the first or not the last thing that we'll repeat up here tonight. I did have a fan from North Tama check in on Facebook and gave us a proper pronunciation for Thomas Hume. Speaking of Thomas Hume, saves one from going out of bounds, but unfortunately inbounds to a Jayhawk teammate.
Fueling left side, rolls away. Lino uncontested, but quick pass underneath goes away. I feel like I'm cramping your style. You kind of had a flow going. I come and interrupt.
No, you're not cramping.
Anthony, would you say that was the case? Okay. All right. Deep three. Miller. Tack it on. Wow, he's 16 points up.
19.
Corbin's had quite a night.
Yeah, 29 points. And I think I mistakenly awarded Corbin's point total to Lino earlier in the game. And as you see, Lino's sitting with just 6 points on the evening. He's really struggled offensively here tonight. And it, not to take anything away from the Redhawks, but I don't think it's been due to any tremendous defense. He's just had a lot of bunnies go in and out, which, as you know, is very uncharacteristic of Carson.
Yeah, Corbin Fueling averaging almost 17 points a game. Carson almost 22. So, yeah, a lot different. Well, no look right side. Dvorak in and out. Dahl pulls it away.
Tough break for Dvorak. I really thought that was going down. Reyes back into the game for the Jayhawks. We saw him a bit in the first half. Going to call a travel. I didn't see a travel there. I saw a really nice footwork by a big center.
May have slid that foot a little bit. 2:15 to go. Boys have a busy week. Back at it tomorrow and again on Thursday.
As a result, we have a busy week, Nate.
Yeah, it turns out.
Reyes brings the ball up the court for the Jayhawks.
Ooh,
He's
another
gonna
extra
travel.
step in there.
That one was
got
a
ahead
little
on
more
the
obvious.
pass. This is the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. It's not a packed gym like we had over the weekend. That last game we had just full stands.
Pretty decent crowd, pretty decent student section, especially for not having the girls' game at home tonight.
North Tama working around that arch.
Lee now goes for the steal, doesn't get it, but Brevin Dahl does. Tough pass to handle. It was kind of at Fewling's feet.
Jayhawks have South Hardin all right. They're 10-9 as of today. As we'll have a JV varsity game tomorrow. Wapsie Valley coming up on Friday, and I don't know if you talked any about the weekend, Luke, but packed house up at Wapsie Valley, and those games as lopsided as anybody could have never predicted.
Yep, and that's just about what I said previously. And I guess the only thing I didn't get into is what to expect Thursday night, and I can guarantee you I would bet I'm not going to bet anything on it, but I feel 100% confident that it'll be a very different game this coming Thursday night. Marty McCowan, obviously one of the best coaches in the state. He will have his squad straightened out this coming Thursday, and they'll be ready to play for sure.
Fewling misses little bunny there, a little slide in. Yeah, coming off of what? Championship from 2 seasons ago.
Yep.
Last second shot up, high up, and doesn't go. 69-34 to end the third period.
And Gabe Capriva with that final shot there, Nate. Capriva is the Redhawks' leading scorer, but you see he's just got 5 points to his name as we head into the fourth period here. So another guy, the two leading scorers on the court tonight, really kind of struggling offensively.
So boys action, they I don't know if you talked about their postseason as all.
Hey, go ahead, man. Keep going. We it's okay if we repeat stuff.
Hey, you may have just tuned in like I did.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
That's what I said. I didn't know if you talked about postseason at all.
Oh, I did for the girls, but I haven't for the boys.
Okay, and I thought I had it quickly pulled up here, but turns out I did not. If we go on to this one, maybe. Yep.
So
you're looking at District 7 and 8 is the pod that the boys are in for Sub-State 4, Class 2A. Jesup is actually going to get the chance to play the winner of Union and Columbus, so they get to buy that first round. Top side of that, New Hampton, Sumner Fred, they'll go on to face Denver, so you're looking at just a second meeting if it all goes as planned, and hopefully on our side, that Denver and Jesup would match up to try and see if they can get into that sub-state final to then go on to the state tournament.
That would, that's why you play the game, right? I mean, Denver and AP, both teams that we would have to beat, likely, if they're not knocked out in advance of that. And both very, very, very good teams. But as we saw, Wapsie Valley handled AP pretty well just a week or so ago, and then we turned around and, beat Wapsie as bad as we beat a team, and I can't remember how long.
They came out just so quickly Friday night, and I was sitting next to Dirk Dahl at the game on Friday, and I go, God, it looks like they just woke up the way Jesup came off the bench and ready to tip that ball, and all of a sudden the light switch went off, and it was gangbusters.
They hit everything. It's going to be a jump ball between Dahl and Hume. Ball's going to stick with the Redhawks. I had them as the Redbirds early in the game. I struggled to get past that.
I think you're really close.
I mean, a Red Hawk is a red bird, right?
Well, exactly. Ball gets loose. Fueling still applies that pressure. And one thing you're seeing here from Coach Smines, he's keeping his top 6 in right now in that rotation, even though they're up by a tremendous amount. Because he knows postseason is just sneaking up, and he wants to have these guys ready. But I hate to see legs get completely tired before that game on Friday against Wapsie Valley, or Thursday against Wapsie Valley.
Injury, right?
Yeah.
And it was good to see Carter even on the floor tonight with seemingly no worse for the wear. Carter left the Wapsie game with apparently a mild ankle sprain. I'm guessing he's taped up here tonight, but he has seen substantial minutes, so.
He's probably got some circulation in that foot, I would think.
I would think
just
so.
A little bit to keep it going.
Probably some circulation we don't have in our feet.
That's why we're standing on this thick pillow. Missed free throw. There's McCone. Fueling's on the outside, going to get it taken away.
Yeah, and we've had a number of those errant passes tonight in both ways. I mean, we've definitely turned the Red Hawks over more than they have turned us over. But you know, a pass like that that was never going to end up in its intended target. Jack Miller, deep three, no good. Rebound, Griner. Boys still playing some high-intensity, high-pressure basketball. Up to Lee now. Takes his time, sails to the rim, and knocks it down.
Probably get him in double numbers. 10 points.
That's weird to say, isn't it? Finally.
Under 5, ball gets loose out of bounds from the student section.
We're going to see some new faces here for the Jayhawks. Brody Clark, Herbert, Nolan Evans. We've got a Camden Oshner, and of course we've got Brady Reyes, who we've already seen tonight, and those 4 James.
Look at that, Nolan Evans away with the
hair.
The hair.
Yeah, they shaved that after the conference share of the conference clinching win against Wapsie the other night.
He couldn't get anybody else to do it too. Couldn't get Reyes to do that.
Well, I don't know. It must have been something he said he was gonna. Apparently, this is what I hear. I'm
in the
circles
you keep.
I'm not in these conversations, obviously, but he said he was going to shave it if they won the conference championship, and so beating Wapsie, they at least clinched a share of that and would be outright winners if they're able to beat them again Thursday night. As Reyes hits the deck, he is up and appears to be okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he hit. Yeah, I think he hit his head maybe a little bit. I don't know.
There was another Red Hawk down there. I didn't happen to see which one it was, so I don't know if maybe they banged heads or what happened there.
Out to Reyes. He tries for that 3. Was in line. And now Evans. He's 2 feet off back of the rim.
Yeah, I prefer this. I prefer Evans' new hairdo over his former hairdo.
Over all the little piggy tails or whatever it is that he was shooting for, mini buns.
BCH no good on the little drive to the hoop, back the other way. Oshner fakes like he's going to try and block it. And
BCH a little ahead of himself. Jesup 54% from the field tonight compared to 44% according to Mad Dog Stats.
Hume back into the game.
9 of 23 from the arch, the Jayhawks.
That was Dostal back into the game, not Hume. Hume has been in the game.
Do want to congratulate Sierra Orlison, Kyle Bucknell, Dawson Bell, Wyatt Vanderwerf, all going on to districts.
Yeah, that's great.
Actually coming out of districts, coming into, or coming out of sectionals, coming into districts on this, in this gym on Saturday.
That's awesome. We're going to have Camden Clausen enter the game. He's going to replace Hume. Yeah, I honestly, Nate, and I admittedly don't follow wrestling as much as I should. But I didn't realize, I didn't anticipate 4 guys advancing like that. Maybe everybody else did.
Well, I think, to be honest, I saw them early in the year and then around Christmas time, and just the growth they had in that period was pretty impressive. And then Coach Gross and his staff had just been pushing these guys and have developed a pretty good culture in that wrestling room and carried into the circle. And
those 4 guys are all strong wrestlers too, because we've got a number: Austin Unker, Jared Dvorak. Bear with me here, folks. Tyrus Luker. We've got a number 3 on the court who I don't have a name here for. I apologize.
Shot goes up. They'll hang on to it. Rebound into Unker. Travel.
But those, they all joined Camden Clausen on the court for the Redhawks. So if anybody happens to know who number 3 is, we'd certainly love to give them a shout out up here. Feel free to hit us up on Facebook.
BCH with that ball. Back into Oshner. Kick it back out. BCH takes a look. Nolan Evans rolls off the board.
Short.
No look in that corner from Unker. Misses it. It is loose. Refs just let him play. Unker comes in the paint. Little kick up, little shoot for the sky.
BCH with the rebound, brings it back the other way. He's going to carry it there. He thought he had Evans on a corner route, but that route collapsed quickly.
And we'll see maybe a last shot here. And it's going to miss. But are they going to count it?
They are going to count it.
They're going to count it.
So
they'll give it to him.
Number 3, the one fella I don't have on my list here, does get his get himself in the scoring column. So even more reason to wish I knew who that was. But anyway, the Jayhawks, we do get the victory. I don't know what the total was. They cleared that score out so quick.
Yeah, right. Rob, I'm getting out of here. So
definitely by a substantial margin.
Well, I had to give Rob Fueling heck the other night that the PA guy at Wapsie, a lot of energy up there, also does the sideboard. So he said, what, his wife doesn't help him? And I said, no, I don't think that's the case at all. So anyway, Wapsie Valley going to be here on Thursday, and South Tama, actually South Hardin. South Hardin is the team coming in tomorrow. That will have both those games for you on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Final score tonight, Jayhawks win 73-36.
34.
36 for the last basket. They did count it in.
Okay.
Did count it in.
My apologies.
As Jesup goes
I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut this time.
Well, I know you started off well. I feel like I've just moved into your house. Jesup goes to 14-5 overall. North Tama 14-7. Would you like to say something else, Mr. Baldwin?
No, I've sent plenty tonight, and actually I really appreciate you coming up for the final quarter and a half.
I did have to think about it.
It's much more pleasant up here with you than alone. So.
If it had been Union Pilcher, I probably just would have went home. But you look lonely up here with Anthony.
Yeah.
And I was a little concerned. So anyway, thanks for joining us on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. You can watch this game and other games on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page. For Luke Baldwin and our on-site producer Anthony Baugh, who's also the camera operator tonight, I'm Nate Clayberg again from the south patio of the South, or the upper patio of the South Gym. This is the Jayhawk Sports Network. Heartland Technology is our presenting sponsor. Music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks, good night. We'll see you tomorrow.